So because I'm so new over here, I get a lot of questions asking just about me in general or my experience here in Chile, or even sometimes my experience in the United States. I thought because I'm so new and you here on YouTube do not know me so well, I should answer some of those questions. So, a couple days ago on my Instagram, I posted an open opportunity for people to ask me any question they want to. So, here's your answers. The first one and the most common question I get is, how did I meet my Chilean husband? So to make a very long story short, I met my husband at my college. He was a foreign student. But I actually went to a different college for 2 years. I got all of the credits I needed from that one that was in my hometown, and it was time to move forward with my next college so that I could continue my education. I ended up moving out of my hometown to a very small town in southern Kansas, and that is where I met my husband. In the United States, it's true, we do have dorm rooms in our college. My husband was living in the same dorm as I was, so my best friend, she was also my suite mate, which means we had dorm rooms next to each other and we shared a bathroom. She invited me to a lunch one day and my husband was there. And actually when I met him, he was in a very bad mood. He was having a very bad day, but after that, yeah, we started talking a little bit more, and we are both Christian, and so we ended up going to some Christian organizations within the college, and that is where we really started talking and getting to know each other. And I think it's worth mentioning because it's kind of crazy. I actually met my husband about 2 months before COVID hit. So right as we were getting into things and actually getting to know each other, we had to isolate, the college closed, we couldn't see each other for like 6 weeks. It was horrible and we were so desperate to see each other. So finally I got back to my college town when classes started going again, and we had a little apartment there, and so we pretty much moved in together very quickly because we were just desperate to be together. You know, when you meet your husband, he's the one, and you can't stay away from him no matter what you do. Like, you just love him. You love spending time with him. So yeah, that was really challenging for us, but I'm so proud that we made it through that. That was really a crazy thing, and I can't wait to tell my grandkids that story. The next question that I get so often is, what part of Chile do I live in? So I live in the central portion of Chile. I'm about an hour south of Santiago in a very small town. You probably don't know the name, but I'm close enough to Santiago that I do go there occasionally. I also go to like Milipilla or Corocavi or places like that that are around here. But yeah, I live in a very, very small town, very country style. I love it. I love living in a small town. Santiago is not my vibe. It honestly stresses me out like crazy. I can't stand driving there. I always have to make my husband drive there because I just cannot do it. Y'all scare me. The third question I get so often, when am I going to start speaking Spanish? Now, the reality is, I do speak Spanish. Habla español. Todo día. Siempre. Pero mi español no es fluido. Entonces yo no siento seguro con hablar solo español en todos mis videos. ¿Entiende? Yeah, I do speak Spanish a lot, all day. That's how I survive here in Chile. I need it, I have to, there's no way around it. But I am not fluent. And my biggest problem is the phrasing of the times and the tenses of the words. So I can speak Spanish, but it is not fluent. I sound very foreign, and I think it doesn't make for good content, honestly, because people get frustrated, or I just speak a lot slower than the Chilenos. So, for now, I don't speak a lot of Spanish in my videos. Sometimes I speak a little bit of Spanglish, but for the most part, as of right now, my videos are English. Now, another question I get a lot: will my videos transition to speaking Spanish only when I am more fluent? The answer to that depends heavily on you guys and your opinions on these things, but as of right now, I have so many amazing followers that really appreciate, and they tell me that they love listening to my English. I'm from the Midwest in the US. I'm from Kansas. So I do not have a very thick accent. So my English is very easy for people that are foreign to understand. So for that, right now, I think if I do decide to speak more Spanish in my videos, it won't be all of my videos, right? I will still continue with English. I think it'll just be a little fun mix of both when I'm more fluent and more comfortable with it. But for right now, it's mainly English. And the last question I'm going to answer, what is my reason for immigrating to Chile? Now, this one is kind of a complex answer because there are a couple of reasons why we decided to move to Chile. Of course, this was a huge decision for my family to make, and so we did not make it lightly. We had actually been thinking about the potential of moving to Chile for many years before we actually decided to come here to live. Now, as I mentioned earlier, my husband and I met in the height of COVID, and everybody knows COVID destroyed the economy, especially in the United States. So, my husband and I, unfortunately, never really had the opportunity to get ahead in our finances before everything just came crashing down with COVID. So, our finances were a huge struggle in the United States. Like, I am not kidding. We were eating at food banks, which if you don't know what food banks are, they give you food for free. That's usually like donated by bigger companies, but it is specifically for very poor families. So when I say we were struggling financially, it's not like, oh, we couldn't go do fun things. No, it's like we were really scared about being able to pay bills, keep the lights on, keep eating. And it was getting worse and worse and worse with the more time that went on. The second portion of my answer to this has a lot to do with my husband's immigration status in the United States. He did everything exactly perfect, legal. We did it the right way. There was nothing illegal about it. And still, we were spending tens of thousands of dollars on the applications and the lawyers and all of that to try and get his immigration. And still, it was getting denied every time. And I cannot stress enough how traumatic and heartbreaking it is to be waiting and you finally get a letter and it says, denied. And many people may be a little bit confused about this because a lot of people have the idea that if you are automatically married in the United States, you just get a green card. But that cannot be further from the truth. Many people wait 10, 20, 15, 30 years just to get a green card. Being married helps the process, but it does not automatically grant you citizenship. And the last portion of this answer, family. We did not have any support in the United States. We really didn't even have that many friends. So when things got really tough in the United States and we finally really sat down and had a serious conversation of, do we want to go to Chile? Family was a huge portion of that conversation. Now, my children have their grandparents literally living next door. Like, it is the most beautiful thing. We have beautiful birthday parties for our kids. We spend Christmas together. We go on vacation. Like, these are so many opportunities here that my children would have never had in the United States. So family played a huge role in our decision to come here. So those are the questions I will be answering in today's video. If you have more questions, of course, leave them down below and I will happily make a part 2 to this video so we can get to know each other better. I really appreciate those of you that asked these questions and gave me the opportunity to talk about these things. And if you haven't already, please hit subscribe on this channel so that you can continue to support me. You are amazing and I appreciate you so much. I will see you in the next video. Ciao. Nos vemos.